super secret location deep within the mountains of Colorado, it's time to strap up, strap in, or strap on with your host, Shenanigans in One Shot. It's From the Ashes Radio!
All right,
Tell me.
I'm going to have to call Phil and ask him a question.
Which Phil? Phil Blackman?
Yeah.
Why? What's up? Tell me
Because
what you
I
got.
just picked up on something. He says strap in, strap up. Shouldn't you strap up before you strap in?
Strap in, strap on.
Oh, see, strap up.
Two totally different things.
You go in, right? I'm sure he has a thought process behind it. 'Cause I know him. He thinks deep.
Oh my gosh. So Phil and I talk when I'm on like my daily walks. And yeah, I miss that guy so much. I can't wait to eyeball him. He's such a good dude.
Yeah, I feel like I would thoroughly enjoy hanging out with him.
You absolutely would. And he's he switched his format on his show, the Philip Blackman Show, from political talk to music. And the dude is happy as a clam. He's like, I couldn't do the politics anymore.
Do you know why I can't do the whole politic thing?
Tell me.
Because I get fucking pissed. I can't stand stupidity. And it is so much stupidity that if I just consistently intake that, it upsets me. And so I take very little bits here and there. And mostly, I love political comedy.
Like J.P. Sears, that red-headed guy out of Boulder.
No, I meant laughing at politicians that do stupid shit. So like a quick little meme of somebody saying something absolutely stupid as shit. I enjoy to laugh at.
How did we?
And it doesn't matter if I agree with them or I disagree with them. Make fun of Trump, make fun of Biden, make fun of Obama, make fun of Reagan. I don't care. Like, just have some sort, lighten it up a little bit. And I enjoy that.
How did we get here? How did we let the dumbest motherfuckers in our country be the ones running it
Participation
on all
trophies.
levels? Yeah,
Participation trophies.
How did we get here? Eric Reed says, "Hey fuckers, what's up, Reed? How the heck are you, man? You picked a good show to listen to. You're gonna like our guest for tonight."
I think he'll probably like a lot of tonight's show.
For those that don't know, neither I nor my co-host, by the way, I love your shirt. You look good. Drink. We don't drink alcohol. So
We're matching.
we are.
You talking about my shirt?
I am.
We're kind of matching. Mine's cooler. But go ahead.
This dude makes the best Arnold Palmers you've ever experienced in your life. They are the greatest. It's my favorite drink, and he makes the best ones you've ever had.
Can't mix it
Don't-
50-50.
Don't ask him to make one for you because you're not ready for it. When you see him eyeball to eyeball, is she hot? Our guests are always hot, man. What are you talking about?
Is this Eric's new Tinder?
Apparently
He's like,
it
who's
is.
your host?
Well-
Or who's your guest? Am I going to swipe right or swipe left?
He was all over Kelly from Comeback Yoga last
I
week.
know. Oh, what a dirty old man.
He
He's like,
is.
Hey.
He is. I love him for it. That was absolutely hysterical. And he's
I heard you're bendy.
yeah.
I'm a veteran. What's up?
I wouldn't mind doing some yoga if you know what I mean. Well, and what's funny is Reed's like chain smokes. I think it's Newports. It could be Marlboros. I forget what he chain smokes, but he like chain smokes. He is going to be the crusty old man when he's like 80 because his hairline's going to be back here and shit. I love him. He's going to be a star. Hey,
I
how is
agree.
the real estate industry, Reed?
By the way, there's lots of chicks in jiu-jitsu. Most of them can probably beat you up.
But-
Kind of like my wife, but anyway.
Oh,
I don't want
that's
to bring
not
up
nice,
sore,
dude.
or painful subjects.
that's-
But I do.
Going to be a great show, Jason Busby. Yes, it is. Only because you're listening, Jason Busby. It is, in fact, going to be a great show. What do you call it? So it is time. So Seth's One Shot's favorite segment of the show is Private Carl. And so he has a Private Carl that we're going to talk about in just a hot second, which is outstanding as far as I'm concerned. But I love to pull my Private Carls from our friends at WTF Moments and WTF Radio, who, by the way, if you have not listened to their station, you absolutely need to.
Yes.
They rebroadcast us on Wednesday nights. We love our friends with WTF Moments and WTF Radio. They posted one a couple days ago, and I thought it was super cool. And it was like a text message. It's like, per First Sergeant, your soldiers are going to have young children that are having their first day of school over the next week. make sure that your soldiers are allowed to attend their kids' first day of school and take their kids to school for the first time. I thought that was super badass.
Yeah.
That was a first sergeant at a first armor division. That's what leadership looks like. And that's what is not present enough in our Army today, in our military today, in our nation today. So whoever that first sergeant is, if you have access to him, give him a high five, slap on the ass, whatever you need to give him. So
I agree with that.
Joe Allen, happy birthday, Rob. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that very much. Congratulations on your nuptials.
Yeah, we have lots of things to celebrate tonight.
We really do. Yeah.
You have turned 59.
You're
Our
a
good
dick.
AARP is blowing up your mailbox.
Oh, you're such a jerk.
Our good friends, Joe and Sandy. I had to congratulate Joe for stepping up. I told Sandy, you're super lucky. Hold on. I don't know how you pulled this one off.
Let's be clear. She probably threatened him with a knife. Let's be honest. It was probably either.
I'm
Hey,
not even her significant other, and she threatens me with a knife at least once or twice a week.
yeah, Joe was. That was the. Yeah, he was extreme. Oh, yes, I would love. I do. I do. We
that
will.
was a machete wedding, not a shotgun wedding.
You're right.
Don't
That
say
man
I
was in
do, I'm
fear
getting
for his
shot.
life. Let's be completely honest. So congratulations, Joe. Congratulations, Sandy. We're both very happy for both of you.
Yep.
So yeah.
And we had a fabulous dinner after.
Dude, I had never been. They had to roll me out of there. Good
Yeah.
Lord.
Yes.
I felt so bad for my toilet the next day.
I didn't even make it to the next day.
Oh shit, the boss is listening. Hello, Randy. How the heck are you?
Oh, better quit. I bet you he's still recovering from his workout and won't even pay attention to this.
So here at the super secret location, we have installed in the health and wellness room some of those massage chairs. And holy crap. So yesterday for my birthday, we did, well done to you, by the way. We did Fight Gone Bad, which is my all-time favorite workout. I didn't realize it was his as well. So we did it at Sup Dogs. And yeah, let's just say I needed that massage chair. I'm glad it's installed in the health and wellness room down here in the super secret location. Good stuff. So
I am kind of proud of myself, by the way, for that one. Not only did I do a CrossFit workout with you, I mean, you saw me, and our guest saw me too. I didn't walk for 3 months, almost 4 months. And I did fucking box jumps yesterday.
dude, you did great.
They were ugly and they were not real tall, but I felt really good leaving.
Dude, yeah, over the winter, you were getting carted around in the back of my truck because you couldn't walk, man, and you were
I
high on
couldn't even
drugs.
get in a car. I
Yeah,
could only get in a truck. It had to be a bench seat.
and here it is August, and look at you now.
Fucking A.
I mean, that's the cleanest that truck's been in years. So I mean, well done to you, man. But yeah,
I was pumped. But yeah, I also did think about it. And one of the things I used to do a lot, and I even talked to the wife about this, but we had a pro team workout at my old gym where Olympic athletes, professional, competitors pretty much only. So our internal team that did high level stuff got together a couple times a week and we did like this nasty workout. And we had so much fun. And I haven't really done group workouts since. And I kind of miss it.
mutual suffering brings camaraderie.
Yeah, and I like to turn up the headphones and on my own sometimes, but I always feel like that was supplemental to my group workouts, and I think I need to re-implement that in my life somehow.
When you suffer with a group of friends, it brings a lot. Yeah, happy birthday, Rob. Looking as old as ever. Balls touch the water yet? Yes, they do. Thank you for asking. Really appreciate that. So, dude, let's hear your private Carl, because I loved yours.
Well, mine just hit home, and without saying certain companies' names and individuals' names, I will bring up something in a minute. But Miami real estate broker who used $381,000 in COVID relief funds on Bentley luxury apartment gets 3.5 years behind bars.
Misusing public funds and misrepresenting yourself? Man, I can't stand people like that. Anyway, what were you saying?
So this real estate broker,
Hi, Carol.
I'll go through it real quick. It's like blah blah blah. I'm going to defund debunk the government and yank a bunch of money on all these COVID programs and all this fucking bullshit that we're wasting tax dollars on for absolutely not needed things for a goddamn common cold.
Taking food off
Keep
of
me
our
going.
plates.
Yes.
Your child's plate.
Right. And then I'm going to blow it on, fucking Bentley. Like some insane apartment. There's a couple pictures in here.
To her credit, they're nice cars.
Yeah,
They're very nice. I would
I
never
haven't
own one.
gotten. Have you got to drive one? I haven't gotten to drive
I've
one.
never gotten to drive one. I've seen them, but I've never gotten to drive one.
I guess I've never been smart enough to take the government for $380,000.
We're not.
COVID.
That's why we joined the army.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're also not nearly as attractive enough,
Here's
according
what-
to those pictures.
Here's what I actually appreciated from her. Hold on.
Is that why we're wearing the "Don't Tread on Me" shorts today? Is this where we're going with this?
Yeah, we'll go to the don't tread on me in just a second. She said she did it because apparently everybody was doing it. And you know what? I kind of agree. And I was helping out a company for a while during the beginning of COVID. And all of a sudden, I was sitting down with two of the board members for it. And it was mostly an unprofessional / talk a little business, joke about some things. It was not a real lockdown meeting, but they started going over what they were doing for COVID funding. And I'm like, wait, by the end of the conversation, I was like, wait, you're about to pay all your expenses, all your employees, the most they've ever been paid or more, including your fucking selves. Like, you guys haven't actually been making money, really, hardly at all, if at all. And now you're going to collect all these fucking paychecks because something that absolutely does not affect you. And to be quite honest, I take that back. It didn't not affect it. It actually helped their business. Now you're going to collect more. Like, it just blew my mind. And they're like, yeah, everything's on the up and up. If everybody else is going to take it, we don't want to not take it. It's our tax dollars. Now, I agree with that. Like, why should I not take advantage of a program through the government to get tax dollars back because we paid into it, right? If other people are taking it, because it's our money. But what bothers me the most is that the program existed.
No argument. Absolutely no argument. Why? I mean, I forget who it was that said, like, there's nothing more permanent than a temporary government program.
Right?
Antoine, I just sent you the link to your Facebook Messenger. That's the link you need to log in with.
And so I have a quick question for you. Did COVID affect your job?
Yes.
Okay, so you couldn't go to work and you couldn't get a paycheck.
Oh, no, I could not go to work. I was able to get a paycheck, but I was a work from home employee at that time because of it.
Okay, so
before that, I was working at the VA,
right,
which I call my time in purgatory.
Yes.
It was awful.
Yes.
Absolutely
now, hold on.
awful.
All I'm saying is, did COVID stop you from getting your paycheck at any point in time?
No.
Like, you worked at business X, Y, and Z, and that business was shut down, so you're incapable of getting a paycheck. So it didn't, right. Okay, so did you get one of those tax refund checks for COVID?
Yes, sir.
Okay, why?
I couldn't find a reason.
Okay,
I didn't
I got
get
one
one.
too, and COVID did
I
not
got
affect
two,
it.
actually. One for me, one for the family. Yeah.
Right. Did COVID affect me at all? Why did I get that? I'm not going to refuse it because it's my fucking tax dollars. But either way, all these COVID programs just disgust me. I mean, the whole COVID thing in general disgusts me. But
there probably were people that it affected. As a matter of fact, I know there are people that it affected.
yes, I know that.
But I didn't need a check.
I didn't either, and neither did just about every other person I know. Not all of them, though. Yes, there were individuals. So those are the ones that needed to be taken care of. But instead, we just blasted money to everybody, right? And now we're more in the hole than we could have been.
And what this lady shows is that anytime you have a program like that, it's wrought with fraud.
Absolutely.
This chick is buying super expensive cars.
Yeah.
Why? How is there no follow-up? No, at least they
Not.
caught her, but that's just, she's one. Now
One.
show me all the others.
If there's one, there's thousands. If there's thousands, there's hundreds of thousands. If there, et cetera, et cetera. And how often are we hearing, oh, somebody, took advantage of this government program and then was jailed? We should be hearing about it every day on the news. We hear other things every day on the news. So, if there's one, there's more. Same thing. You got a mouse in the house, you got 10.
Exactly.
Or
Roaches. Yeah, you're exactly
Right.
right. Good rule of thumb is do not trust anyone with a vowel in their name. This is a man with like 4 vowels in his name. I don't disagree. That's awesome. Yeah, it just really pisses the amount of fraud that went on with that. I mean, And from like huge companies, the Home Depots of the world, the big banks of the world, all of those, all kinds of different COVID relief funds, and absolutely did not need anything like that.
No, and they're the ones that always get the most because they have the personnel to find a way to get that extra penny all the time. Like they max that out.
Agree. It was a train wreck of the last 4, and we're going to be paying for it for the next 20 years.
Yeah.
It was a train wreck of 3 years, and we're going to be paying for it for the next 20, as far as I'm concerned.
I know.
Our kids, my hardworking son and daughter right now, are going to be paying that bill 20 years from now.
Absolutely. That's not the only bill they're paying for. I mean, we've paid for other bills. Like we're always paying for all these just, ridiculous government, like you said, temporary programs that probably don't have a lot of thought in them and are just blowing money to make things look good.
I live in the burbs. I mean, here at the super secret location, we're in the middle of nowhere.
You're kind of in the burbs.
Me?
I say kind of.
I'm very much in the burbs. How do you figure?
You go 5 minutes one direction here, and you got horses and stables.
Yeah, but I go 20 minutes that direction, and I'm in the downtown.
Right, but still,
that's the burbs.
You're kind of the burbs.
But in my burbs, they have been repaving all of the roads in my burbs.
Do they need to be repaved?
That do not need to be repaved in my street. They spent 2 weeks repaving it. It did not need to be repaved. There was nothing wrong with it.
Do you know what road does need to be repaved?
Yours.
Yeah. Oh,
the one that heads out here. Although don't do that because that's my fun time. I get 20 minutes of fun.
Not the dirt one. The
one before that?
Yeah. One's...
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, look, we can go on about if you want to have Arnold Palmer with us one day, you're more than welcome. Ask him to make them. I don't make them as nearly as well as he does. But let's bring on our guest. We've waited a long time for this interview. We finally got him tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, my buddy Antoine. Antoine, how the heck are you?
How y'all doing, man? How y'all doing?
I'm better now that you're here. How about you?
I'm good, man. Day off, chilling out. Excited to be here.
We are glad that you are here. And I love Jason's comment, never trust a man with a vowel in his name.
That's a good one.
So, all right. So let's start at the beginning. First of all, when a friend of yours that you have deployed with a couple of times and you have a lot of respect for, Jason Busby, reaches out to you and says, dude, you have got to have this guy on your show. I'm going to take his advice and I'm going to do what the man tells me. So that brings us to you. You have an amazing show called The Faux Show. Am I saying that correctly?
The FO Show. A lot of people. A lot of people do say faux, but it's the FO Show actually.
Well, and because I like Vietnamese food, I thought pho was spelled P-H-U. But hey, clearly my kids tell me I'm all fucked up.
Right.
But what a show, dude. I've been listening to it all day. So it's been a great show. Very well done to you.
Appreciate it. Yeah, man.
Start at the beginning. Tell us about your military service.
Well, see, I joined the Army. I actually was a senior in high school when 9/11 happened. I was in math class. And my teacher always had the news running on the TV in the corner of the room. And that's when I saw that. To be honest, I had no real plan, after high school. Walked into the recruiter station one day. 13 days later, I was on the plane going to Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Well, I was going to Oklahoma City, then bus to Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Oh, yeah, in the summer.
Oh
yeah.
Dang,
it was so dirty. It was so bad that we didn't even march places. We got on cattle trucks to go everywhere because they didn't want people dropping like flies. But
oh my gosh, what a hole of a place.
Yeah. I first deployed out of Fort, as soon as I got to my unit was already gone. So me and a couple other people that I was in basic and IT with, our liaison literally took us around. We didn't even go in process with everybody. We in process separately. That way they could in process us and get us on a plane over there. Just like that. Yeah. So that was my first. I deployed from there. I actually reclassed. I was in air defense artillery. And I reclassed to I was 14 Tango and I reclassed to a medic. Went to Fort Sam Houston, and I actually got stationed on Fort Hood, where I deployed again from there as a medic. After that, I actually got stationed at Fort Campbell, and I deployed from there as a medic in a medical unit. And then I became a recruiter, which is the most exciting thing in the world.
I never had to do that one, but my friend Rob here did. So I've heard the recruiter stories.
It wasn't as bad as I think some other people's could have been, because I was still in the area. I live in Tennessee. I'm right by Fort Campbell. So we had a pretty easy market. It was a pretty easy yes or no for most people, because they already knew what they need to know about the military.
Right.
And after that, man, I got out. I got out medically, and from there, man, I've just been living life, doing the things that we do after the Army.
Good for you. That's the kind of shit I like to hear. Well done to you. What do you call it? As I was running to grab the power source, because apparently my laptop is giving up as we broadcast. Here, let me do this.
Go ahead, do your thing, man.
No, I'm listening. You keep talking. I heard you medic.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. Why would you do that?
I actually wanted to be a medic when I originally, but when I was up at the MEPS, they talked me into air defense. They showed me them cool videos of Patriot missiles flying off. Didn't know I was going to be a 14 Tango, who all we do is take care of the launches. We have nothing to do with the cool part at all.
So we are 600 feet underground right here in the underground bunker, and this dude just went to Camo and secured an extension cord because our shit is about to die, which is extremely unprofessional. But that's a whole nother story.
That's good, man.
He's looking terrible. All right, so you get out on a medical. Congratulations for that, by the way. Good on you. And when you get out, you decide to start the FO show.
Right.
Why?
Well, I've had lots of conversations with people about different things. One of my biggest things, if you listen, is the mental health thing. And I just wanted to I started it with my cousin. And I just wanted to the things that we talked about, like you and your friend, like y'all talk or whatever, these conversations, it's a lot of interesting stuff in these conversations that could help somebody else, or that somebody could get something from it, or they can add something to what we're saying. And that's pretty much, and I like to talk too. I apparently like to hear my voice also. So.
Well, I have that exact same issue quite frequently, so good on you. It's an excellent show. Excellent. What was Jerry with a G?
Yes.
Love it. I was listening to the one on the way out here. Two of them. You have some of them are very short. Like you had one that was, I think, like, is she a girlfriend? Is she a wife?
Right.
It was like a 15-minute show or something like that. I love that. I love how you presented that. And then, some of your ones with Jerry with a G, you get a lot deeper. And you start.
Yeah.
You've had great guests, some NBA players on there, all kinds of different stuff.
Yeah, so, and that's all it is, man. I'm not looking for like the big name people or anything. Like, I want to talk to that person that you standing behind in a grocery store. I want to just talk to somebody, because if the way I've always thought about things is we're all so centered on ourselves. We're not thinking about what that person is going through that just walked by you, like you said, in the store or something like that. And then you come to find out when you talk to a person that they have an amazing story, that person could have just walked by you would have knew nothing about it, but they have like an amazing story just, from a conversation. And that's what I love about it.
We have a buddy, a mutual friend. His name is Martin Smith. He runs a podcast, and I forget what is that show that he does called? We were both on it at one point.
I know, and I always forget.
Leaning In or something like, yeah. And it's like, how did you come to be in the military, and tell your military story? Because his opinion is these stories are going to be lost if someone doesn't tell them.
Right.
You're doing something very, very similar, but just from a different angle.
Yeah.
You're finding these people, getting their stories, because sometimes these stories, at some point, these stories aren't going to be able to be told anymore. I love it.
Right. And like I said, there could be somebody who probably don't even think that their life is interesting. And I feel like that can make somebody feel great about themselves. Like they don't even realize that, because they've lived it. They've been in it the whole time. So they can only see it right here. But we can see a broader picture of it. And Tell them, hey, the things that you did is amazing. I like your perspective. Some people just need some type of encouragement like that.
And I love, when a couple days ago when I was talking to you, and it might have been a day or two, and I was like, hey, I need some pictures for social media. I love your t-shirts asking me about my podcast. That is fucking awesome, dude.
Hey, all wardrobe decisions and everything are made by my girlfriend. So that was all her right there.
Well done. Well done to her. Very well.
Yeah.
You talked about her in that relationship podcast. Well done.
Yeah.
So there are lots of people listening, and we get messages constantly all the time. Dude, I'm thinking about starting a podcast. What do you think? And I'm like, yeah, man, sit down in front of your laptop with one of your friends and just start talking. It's not hard.
Right.
And people will not take that step.
I think a lot of people want to be where you are at or where I'm at or whatever from the jump. No, but if I go back and I keep all my podcast from the beginning, I listen to it. Sometimes I cringe at it, just like, ugh. But I love to hear that progression, that growth from episode 1 to episode whatever. Like the fact that you need something. Everybody carries it in their pocket. The thing that you need, a phone. That's really all you need and you don't need all the fancy stuff or whatever. Just do it. If you want to do it, my biggest thing is, what Nike say, just do it. And as you let all the rest of the stuff come as you go, but don't people like to overthink. Don't overthink it. Just do it. If you have a message to put out, put it out. Somebody may need to hear that. If I talk to 1,000 people and one person gets something from it, if I save one life, one person rethinks doing something bad or whatever, I'm successful. That's how I feel about it.
I don't know how he heard us talking about him, but our buddy Martin Smith is now listening to the show. So well done, Martin. Marty, it's good, man. Thank you for being a part of the audience. It really means a lot to us. What do you call it? You often, a lot of your shows, I found, is just you. It's just you talking. Sometimes you have a guest.
Right.
Sometimes you have somebody in studio with you. But that's extremely impressive. I could not pull that off. I have to have somebody I can make conversation with.
Right.
It's extremely impressive that you are able to carry that for as long as you do. I'm extremely impressed by that.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It is hard too. And like I the way y'all do it, I love that. Like the bouncing off you might have where you have nothing, he has a lot, and the other way around. That's great too. And I love the fact like two buddies can get together and do that thing, like I love it. Because other than just some crazy drinking or doing whatever, y'all actually doing something. And I listen to y'all too. And like there's things that y'all have so much good content that people can get stuff from. And why not just do it in the conversation form?
That is our only goal. That is literally, we say it all the time, is that the day no veterans take their own lives, this show goes off the air. We're done. We have accomplished the goal.
Right. And I don't know if you heard, if you see this picture right there,
Yes,
that's
sir.
that's my little brother right there. My little brother died a couple years ago by his own hand. He wasn't in the military, but I've been on the mental health thing, but that right there, my little brother, and I went through a whole stage of, I felt like, why couldn't I have that one more conversation, that one more thing? I've found out, no, it's not my fault that happened, but that guilt that I really had, because he's my little brother too. So, I'm a big brother. So that guilt that I have, but I don't need to say things directly to somebody. I just want somebody to hear something, to take something. They listen to 30 seconds of one episode ever, and that changed their mind about taking their own life. I did my job. I did what I was supposed to do.
I don't know if you can see it, but there's all kinds of hearts and smiley faces going up right now as you're talking. So yeah, you're hitting a lot of people right now. So well done to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. No, absolutely, dude. You're the one doing it. So thank you. We sincerely appreciate it, and keep doing what you're doing.
It's the second time it's happened to us.
What's that?
Where we started talking about the suicide thing, and our guest was like, "And by the way,"
I know.
It just happened to us a few weeks ago. We had a guest on that.
Do you see that people are still commenting on our show with Molly's Miracles?
Yeah,
That's bananas, man. We had a show like a month ago and had a family on from Molly's Miracles, and people today are commenting on the show. So
that's good.
doing, man?
But yeah, we were in this interview and we were talking about the same thing. You know, they say there's 22 veterans a day, which we all know that number is very skewed. It's much more than that, taking their own lives. And like you brought up, like your brother wasn't a veteran, but it doesn't matter. Like that is something that's growing in society and is a major issue. But as we're talking about this, and he goes, and by the way, my dad is one of 22. And I was like, you're kidding, you know, just
Crazy.
It's crazy how many people have that story.
Right.
It ruins me.
Do you have a former veteran friend that's taken their life?
Jason Matus.
Okay, I have one too.
Most of us do. It's
right.
horrible.
Like that shouldn't be so common. That shouldn't be something that's normalized. It's not normal. It's not okay. There's nothing okay with it.
This is not what I want to bond with you over.
Right.
Yeah.
But
and it's sad that that's what I have to do. That's what you and I are connecting over is the loss of someone we love.
right. And I love what you say. Like the day I stop talking about it is the day that nobody does it.
Absolutely.
We know we're years away from that. I like to make people, like, even in just daily interactions, I'll just be out places. If you can ask anybody, one thing I like to do is talk. I have not met a stranger yet. So, but you don't know if you just say that little joke, that little quip to somebody, you know what I'm saying? I've seen people just out in public and, you know, we be in the line at the at the gas station or something. They just make the little comment. They might have a little smile. That might have just bumped the way they feel about themselves up just a little bit more, man. That's all it is. We help everybody else. That's all it is. Now, I have no problem with it because, first of all, it costs me nothing. It costs me nothing. It costs a person nothing to be kind to somebody else.
It drives my family bananas because every time I meet someone, when I introduce them again, I'm like, oh, and this is my best friend, Antoine. And they're like, how many best friends do you have? I'm like, until you give me a reason not to be, you are my best friend. And congratulations to you. And so, yeah, here's my shirt, here's my wallet, whatever else you need.
Me and the wife always joke and talk about how, like, everywhere I go, I know the attendant or the person. But like you said, it costs nothing. And what I get back is 100 times more amazing than what I put out.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't matter what somebody is. I'm not like going to the business owner and like, hey, man, like, let's be buddies. Let me get a discount. It's the fucking janitor that is mopping the floor. I'm like, you know, you crack a joke, you say hi. He's happier. His energy comes back to me.
Right.
We're all happier, and the world starts being a better place. It is that simple. Just like you said, costing nobody anything except more happiness in life.
I cannot agree.
There's no such thing as a tank of happiness on full.
Because like you said, man, someone can be on that last leg.
Right.
Just because you were like, turn around in the line at the grocery store or standing there, you know, waiting to pay for your gas. Hey, man, how's your day? How's it going?
Right.
Feel good. What's going? And we lie. We lie to each other constantly. Hey, man, how's it going? Oh, I'm fine.
Yep.
You lying motherfucker.
Right. And I think it's because people are guarded. People don't want, you know, the people that want help, but people don't know how to ask for help. Yes, we know once you start getting help, whatever you think about, like, man, why didn't I do this sooner? Like it wasn't hard to do. I should have done this sooner. Because I think about it from the other side, like you being that person. I talk a lot about being a person to those people, but as those people, there's a lot of things that you can do. There's a lot of things that you should know. Like I'm gonna start putting out like the different programs for veterans and stuff like that. But there's so much stuff. Just the conversation. It don't have to be with a therapist. It could be with your best friend. But if you open up, you never know what that person can say to you to help you to feel better. Because suicide to me is, that thing, it's triggering. It really is, because I'm so close to it. And I have friends other than my brother. My brother is just the closest person that has done it. But I always ask people, like, do you know what it takes? Because we try not to get hurt or injured. You know what I mean? We're built that way. We're built to try to survive. So do you know what it takes in a person's mind for them to break, to want to take their own life? And people call them a coward? No, I don't think that, because I can't even fathom doing that. So do you know what it takes for a person, what's going on in their life, for them to take their own life? That's not a coward. That's a person who was broken, that needed some help, that probably could happen. You can't save them all, but I go on all day about that. But yeah, man, it's crazy out here.
A whole radio show that's all yours. You go on as long as you want.
Right.
I have a friend, Dana. She's an ER nurse, and she listens to the show once in a while. And she is the most direct person I've ever spoken with. Like, we'll be on the phone, and she's like, "Hey, man, how you doing? You gonna kill yourself?" And I'm like, No, I'm not. And she's like, "All right, cool. That's what I needed to hear." Dude,
Hey.
how the hell? You know, I'm okay. Yes, I mean, I'm hungry, but other than that, I'm good, man.
Right. Hey, sometimes you got to get rid of that sugarcoating. Let's just get to the point. This is what I want. I need this the information I need to know.
I think that's her attitude. Like, hey, let me get here, and then I can ask you how the rest of your day was.
Right.
She cracks me up to no end when she does it.
I love it.
She's so direct. All right, man. So the FO show. Obviously, our audience is kind of blowing up right now because they're excited about this. Where can people find the FO show?
You can find me on YouTube at the FO Show 84. I'm there. I actually have an actual website that's like it's gonna be called A1 Talk Media, but it's A1 Talk, and that's AY1Talk.com. From there, I have a link tree and everything, and you can find I have my videos and stuff there. So I have a link tree on that first one, Rich. You can basically it'll put you to everything that you need to know.
If you post it in the chat, I will hang it in this chat right here, and so the rest of the audience can find it as well. You can put whatever you want in there.
Hold on, I got you right here in my link tree.
I thought you might have a copy and paste right there. What does the future for the FO show look like? What do you got? What do you got in the shoot? What's coming up?
Oh man, you said what?
I love some of the shows that you've had. What does the future look like?
I want to get out and do stuff. Like I want to be on the streets talking to people. I want to engage people like that. So that's the thing that I've been looking into.
That's tough material. I'd be impressed if you're able to pull that one off. That one is tough to pull off because sometimes you get people that don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, true.
But people sometimes people will really open up. You stick a microphone in their face.
Yeah, you never know what you'll get from a person. That's
I love that Jason Busby's like, the future is bright.
Yes, Jason, it is. Only because you are in it, my friend. All right, so folks, if you're looking for it, here is that.
And if you're listening on the podcast after this has gone off the air and everything, you're listening to it the next day, you can click on that link and it'll be right there for you. Yeah. So are you on all of the social medias? Where can people find you? Are you on?
I am on the Book of Faces. My TikTok, I have a TikTok also. That's mostly I have like shorts and little snippets and any upcoming shows that I have on there. That's what I use TikTok for. I got to get better with that. I guess I got to ask one of my daughters or something because I'm not really too savvy on the TikTok. Not really Instagram.
Isn't super savvy with TikTok.
I love the same thing. I do the exact same thing. I'm like, hey, I can't make this work, and I hand the phone to my son, and he's like, "Yeah, you're good."
But yeah, then I'm on all the actual the major like podcasts, Apple, Google, iHeartRadio, all them. That's all, and everything can be found on that link tree. I have all my links and everything on there.
Very cool. Very cool. Dude, I mean, it's a great show. I love what you're doing. I love the direction you're headed. Keep it up. Do not stop. Ladies and gentlemen.
Y'all too.
I'm sorry. I almost forgot. I'm a bad host.
Failed.
I did. You would have hit me.
I would have hit you, but I didn't have to.
Very violent. I like that about
him.
him.
Yeah. Mostly just him.
All yours, man. Please, by all means, this part is yours.
Every time we have a guest, we never want to, miss something you wanted to talk about. We're famously great at glossing over things or skipping through things that are the most important parts. So at the end of your time with us, we give you 2 minutes. Do whatever you want with us. Your 2 minutes for you to shine. So whatever you want. And we don't time either. So
all right. Basically what I want to say is everybody out there listening, I appreciate it. These guys are amazing. I love talking to them. It's like, hey, we've been buddies or whatever, talked all the time. So I love that. Just watch out for their show, my show. Got more to come. I appreciate it. And also just remember that somebody cares about you. Somebody. It might not be you particularly that day, but somebody does.
Very, very well said. Who is Das Reek?
Day Reek. That's my little sister right there. She also has a on the website. She has an actual podcast too. That's my little sister.
She does.
Yes.
I wish I had known that prior. We would have brought her ass on too. Well, hey, thanks for being a part of the show. Thanks for listening in. We really appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been talking to my new best friend, Antoine. He runs the FO show. I heard about him through my homeboy, Jason Busby. By all means, listen into the FO show. You're going to love it. Lots of cool topics. It's a variety show, folks. You're going to love everything you hear. Antoine, I can't thank you enough for taking time away from your family and everything.
I appreciate
it. Girl, to be a part of our show tonight. I'm sure because you were part of this show, now yours will probably reach fame and fortune because, yeah. But yeah.
I appreciate y'all having me.
Hey, man, of course. You're welcome anytime. So, yeah, thank you very much for being a part of the show tonight.
All right. Thanks, man.
Have a great night, man.
You too.
Bye.
Kind of mad at you.
Why now? What'd I do?
Because I didn't have time. I Mondays, I usually sit in the parking lot waiting to grab my kid from school. And I if I haven't already looked into our guest, I did not have time besides seeing the name. I was like, the FO show. I know it's Forward Observer. But I immediately go to all these funnies and I pre-think about all these funnies to fucking say "fuh" and "fo" and talk about pronunciation. And you're over there and I was like, that's what I was thinking about today. And I got nothing else because I didn't have time. Damn it.
Son of, well, all that means is
we're like minds think alike.
Yeah, we're both idiots is what it means.
I got nothing better.
Let's be upfront and honest.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Have you had a chance to listen to it?
No, I haven't because I just didn't. Today was a whirlwind, and so no, I didn't.
So not for when the senior executive producer is in the car, but any other time, great show to listen to. Lots of cool stuff.
Any podcast when the senior executive's in the car.
I thought he liked some show that you guys liked.
He likes Jubal.
And
that's on regular FM.
Oh, okay. So yeah, no swears, no. Yeah.
And I even switched that one very commonly. At least once, if we listen the whole morning, I've at least switched a couple times. Oh, music break. Dad, he was just music break.
Switch to music. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. That's hysterical. Cool. All right. So September is coming up. We are going to have an extremely special guest for September 11th. So tune into the September 11th show. I'm meaning to talk to you about this.
Okay.
I'm going to be in California on September 11th teaching yoga to veterans.
Okay. You're going to be where?
California, Santa Barbara. So we have a couple different options. What I'd like to do is leave this here to broadcast. I'll dial in and we do the show remotely.
That's what I think we should do.
Okay, cool. Good. I'm glad you're down with it.
Yep. Since you're the tech savvy person.
Really? Dude, you just had to go get an extension cord so that I can keep the show on the air. I'm the tech savvy guy.
Got some raggedy ass old heavy duty ranch extension cord.
That's did you find this in the chicken coop? Where did you get this from?
It's literally the chicken coop extension.
Right now there are cold chickens outside because I have their extension cord.
It's August or one.
What do you call it? We have some great guests coming up in September. I'm super excited about. Our September 11th show is going to be good. Brandon Mancine is going to be coming on and talk about physical fitness and health. Just some great shows coming up in September. I'm super excited. It's going to be a great month for this show. But in the meantime, one of our favorite sponsors of the show is the O'Connell West Law Firm. They come on all the time. They are the ones that give a shit about you, the veteran, and just the community in general, and takes care of you folks if you need help with the law. And more often than not, we really do need help. But they have just hired a new lawyer, and this new lawyer is excited about being on our show, which I love. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to bring on my new best friend, Drew.
Good evening, gentlemen. How's it going?
Better now that you're here. What's up, man? How you living?
Well, I wish I could say the same.
Why is that? Is Jug
I'm
working
just
into
kidding,
the ground?
man. He's they're treating me just right, and feel like I'm drinking through the water hose, but things are going good. Well, he promised to pay me a little extra, so.
Drew, welcome to the show. How's it going? Tell us your background. Are you a veteran yourself?
Sure. Well, I'm in the Army Reserves, so I currently serve as a reservist. So I applied for active duty on law school or during law school for JAG, and they politely declined me. So I came back about 5 or 6 years later, and I've been doing that for quite a while now. So, but yeah, man, about myself, born and raised in Texas. Graduated law school in 2012. I'm a career prosecutor up until this point in my life, and that's kind of how Doug and I met each other. Doug is a very respected attorney here in the Austin area, and we had mutual friends, and he kind of found out about my story, and my experience kind of just was a perfect combination of the firm's kind of purpose and vision and the people that we try to serve. And he invited me to come join up, and man, I was so excited to get the opportunity, just have the opportunity to work with Doug and Wes and Ollie and Trin and Lori and all those fine folks, and just trying to hold up my end of the bargain. So it's been a great ride so far, and super excited about the things that we have coming down the pike, and sort of the vision that Doug has for the firm, and just super excited about the future and kind of the service that we're able to offer veterans, and especially veterans that are either facing the prospect of criminal charges, or there's military administrative issues that they may be facing, or maybe they're retired, or they've gotten out of the service, and they want to go back and address some of the the injustices that can occur as a result of leaving the service. So that's something that I feel very passionate about. My grandfather is a Korean War vet, Purple Heart, combat veteran, and he's someone that I looked up to my entire life. So if you can't get behind serving the people who serve us, then I don't think you can get behind anything. So happy to be here, happy to join y'all, and good to meet everyone, as well as the rest of your audience.
Well, both of my grandfathers were also Korean War vets, so it's kind of awesome to hear that. And of course, my hetero life mate here is a Purple Heart recipient. It's on his DD-214. I've seen it. So, yeah. So, you dude, we're on the same page. Well done to you. Drew, talk to us about what is going on currently in the legal world for the veteran community, because I know there's a lot of stuff going on.
Sure. Well, I know we only got 10 minutes here, so
hey, man, we give you all the time in the world. You got as much radio time as you want, man. You keep talking, I'll keep asking questions.
No, sir, I'm going to honor your time. And so, yeah, I wanted to talk about just, discharge review. So, a lot of people are just not necessarily informed on the ways that they can go about fighting a discharge. And when I mean a discharge, let's say there was someone was administratively discharged from the service, whether it be, Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force, Coast Guard, anything of that nature. They were administratively discharged for some sort of misconduct that didn't give rise to a punitive discharge. So, they received less than honorable discharge. So we're talking general under honorable conditions or other than honorable discharge as a result of some sort of administrative, some sort of administrative action. And they were separated from the service, and now let's say it's 5 years later, 10 years later, and they're wondering what are my options at this point, because I don't feel like I was treated fairly, or I don't feel like I really got to present my side of the story. So I want your listeners to know that they do have options, and it's very important that when they're considering these options, that they talk to people who are in the know, people who handle these sort of situations on a weekly basis, so that they can set themselves up for success if they decide to pursue this further. And so really, when it comes down to upgrading discharges. All branches of the service kind of they have different boards, but they kind of all operate the same. And so what we're talking about is you can present a discharge review board petition, and if that's denied, then you can go to the ABCMR. And those are the sort of things that we handle on a weekly basis to try and, oh, look at this guy. Who is this?
This is our chief of security. Roger.
You should have led with Roger, man.
Security in training.
Yeah, well, yeah, chief of security and training. He currently is an administrative position, but one day. You said AMRD. Did I hear you correctly?
Sure. Yeah, no. So ABCMR, so or BCMR is so ABCMR would be Army Border Correction and Military Records, but depending on the which branch, it's going to be the Border Corrections and Military Records, and so basically this is, for the lack of a better way to put it, this is the board that can rewrite history. Okay. And especially when it comes to discharge characterization. So let's say you get an administrative discharge and it's other than honorable, which is not a bad conduct discharge, but it's the worst of the administrative discharges, and you want to petition to have that upgraded because maybe you lost some sort of VA benefits or there's other collateral consequences as a result. Each one of the branches has a protocol that's basically based upon, you being able to show that there was an injustice or there was an error. And those are important, things that people need to be aware of, because as you go through and you start reading these decisions, because every single one of these petitions that are presented, that are acted upon, they're released, and their decisions are released. And as you go through and you start reading them, you really start to see the ones that are denied, and a lot of them get denied, are ones that are simply, didn't follow the proper protocols to making sure that, hey, if you're going to present a petition to these boards, you need to make sure that you got your ducks in a row and that you're able to show, don't just tell, but you're also able to show how, why and how you should, or this should be remedied. So these are things that maybe they tell you on your way out that at the time you're not really thinking about and you forget about. But that's why I think it's so important to keep informed. And if you have a situation where there is a discharge, or you were the subject of a less than honorable discharge, to know that there are options out there for you in an attempt to get those upgraded, so that if you find yourself in that situation, that you can hopefully try to remedy that. And those are the sorts of things that we do, that we work for. If you hire us as a firm, that's the sort of things that we love to go to bat for, because that's the sort of things that bring value to veterans' lives post their time in service.
So I have a couple things to go with that.
Sure.
If someone's listening on the radio right now, all they hear in the background is
I promise you, my two dogs are downstairs, or else there'd be quite the ruckus right now.
I'm a huge fan. If you're listening, someo's adjusting their radio dial right now, going, "What the hell is that noise in the background?" Yeah.
It's not supposed to happen like that.
Second thing, I'm a part of a bunch of different veteran-based, like, Facebook groups, chat groups, things like that. A few of them are based on education benefits. And there's always people in these groups that are like, hey, I was administratively discharged for pissing at my commander's desk, whatever the subject may be. I don't care.
Sure.
Am I still eligible for my Chapter 31 benefits, my post 9/11 benefits? Are my kids still eligible for these education benefits? Things like that. If you're listening to this right now and you are working your way out, you're being administratively discharged, call O'Connell Law before it happens, because these are it's not about you. It's about your family. You're potentially losing benefits for your children and things like that. Am I off base here at all, Drew?
No, that's absolutely right, because you may be at the point in your life where you're like, listen, it's just time for me to move on in life, and done my service, and I want to get on with my life. But if you are being, if your commander is trying to administratively discharge you, what you need to realize is there are collateral consequences to the type of characterization that your discharge could be. That could have long-lasting effects on both you and, more importantly, your family, especially if you want to pass along some of those educational benefits. So that's an important consideration that you might not always be aware of, because they might be thinking, well, we just want to get this guy out of here as well, and let's just get him to sign on the bottom line. So you need to be aware of what you're signing for, and you got to look out for yourself. And one of the best ways that you can do that is call someone who knows, and someone that's going to look out for you and is going to have your back. And if that's us, we're happy to fight for you. So please call us. Our number is 512-547-7265. That's 512-547-7265. Or you can visit us on the internet, www.o'connellwest.com. All of the ways that you can contact us are on there. So please, before you just make a decision that could potentially impact your future or your family's future, reach out to us. Even if it's just like, hey, we can't help you, we're going to tell you that, okay? Or yes, we think that this person can help you. We'll steer you that way. This is not just about making money, because we're here. The overarching goal of this firm is to help veterans, and that's what's going to drive us day in and day out. And I know that you all are very familiar with Doug, and that's Doug's passion. And I'm happy to join in. I feel blessed to join in, because at the end of the day, we are here to represent veterans. That's what we're passionate about. And please call us. Please, if you're in that situation, don't hesitate to reach out.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Drew. It's nice to meet the new guy with the best mustache, I think, in the firm.
Far and away.
Yeah, that's right. It's a low bar there. The best mustache in the firm there. So.
Is Trin trying to catch up?
I was going to say.
She's going to stab me when she sees me.
I'm going to leave that one alone. I'm going to pretend that static was in my head.
It was Roger talking.
Yeah. I guess I know who's not going to come back on the show next week.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Roger's not the only one that's going to be in the doghouse.
It's all yours, man.
That's it. So actually, we're completely up on time. The way we close out our show, Drew, is something you must be familiar with, and that's a safety brief.
Oh, yeah.
Unlike our Friday final formation safety brief for the weekend, this is on Monday. So we're not only thinking about weekend activities, we're thinking about the entire week and weekend, because you guys don't get one until next Monday. Everybody provides at least one, maybe two items. Rob, you want to go first so that Drew can kind of have a second to
Absolutely.
put his together?
Hey, we are experiencing record heat waves across the country. If you have a chief of security such as we do, and it's time to take them for a walk, keep checking on them. Make sure you're touching the sidewalk, making sure that they're not burning their paws, making sure that your canine companion is well hydrated. They need water as much as possible. Dogs don't sweat. They sweat through their paws, so make sure that they're well taken care of. Try to get them on the grass and off the sidewalks, off the hot pavement, things like that. Watch out for your canine companions, especially if it's your service animal. Make sure that they're well taken care of.
Drew, you got yours yet? You need a minute. I can go next.
I'm ready. Let's do this. All right. Here's my safety brief, and it comes from my many years as being a prosecutor, dealing with just criminals that they need to work on their critical thinking skills. All right, I'll just put it
Nicely put.
Speaking to my soul right now.
So I'm sorry. I'm a defense attorney now. It's alleged criminal. So my apologies.
Suspect.
Thank you.
That's right. Suspect.
I appreciate it.
Still flipping the switch here. So here's my safety brief. All right, if you get stopped by law enforcement this week or detained, please do not run and do not resist. Because you can beat the rap, but you can't beat the ride.
Again, you're speaking to my soul right now.
All right. Well, I think I commonly have alcohol runs, but so this was just going to start a little boozy, and then we'll go into an important one.
All yours.
I guess they're both important, but don't drink and drive.
Never.
Don't drink and then drive.
Not ever.
If your buddy's in a fight,
If your buddy's in a fight, jump in there.
you're in a fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Your buddy
You
gets
better
in a
help
fight,
him out.
and you weren't there for a buddy. I'm gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
That's it.
Of course, now Drew is like, oh,
Ah,
crap.
crap.
and then call us if you're in Texas.
Yeah,
and then-
exactly.
And then
Then
call
call
Kyle West because we need to minimize
Collateral damage. Yeah.
Minimize collateral damage.
Drew, I can't thank you enough for being a part of the show on a Monday night. Sincerely appreciate it. Welcome to O'Connell West. And of course, you have an open invitation any week you want to From the Ashes on About Face Media. Can't thank you enough for being a part of the show tonight. Really appreciate it.
I appreciate it, gentlemen. Thank you for your time, and I'm looking forward to coming back on.
Well, yeah. Well, yes. We would love to have you anytime you want. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the show for tonight. Go spend the rest of the night with your families. Thank you for taking a little bit of time out of your Monday night to be a part of the best show on the radio. Great talking to you. Have a great rest of your night. And Drew, thanks again. Bye.